Welcome back. I need to lead with an apology, and knowing where this video is headed, I'll probably end with one as well. It's been a hot minute since I uploaded a video because sometimes life sucks and hogs up all your time. This video will be the last in the Mist of Pandaria Fisherman video series. Spoilers, I don't achieve every fishing achievement. And before we dive into all the stuff I wrote over a month ago when I was still enjoying the experience, I want to clarify just a little bit. I don't like Mist of Pandaria. I just don't like it. I hate the talents, I hate how absurdly easy the leveling journey became as soon as I got my hands on a weapon. The expansion feels like the first verp before the puke that is retail World of Warcraft. You know, when you puke in your mouth and then re-swallow it, but you don't actually vomit, the verp. That's what they should have called this expansion, World of Warcraft verp. Anyway, I know that this isn't going to please everyone, but that too is a part of life. But I wanted to at least be honest and share some of the stuff that I had been up to in World of Warcraft before closing out this series. Thank you guys for being patient with me and understanding, and I think that's about it. Alright, let's begin. I started my day with a celebration at the Dark Moon Fair. I believe this is a weekly event, but I'm not super clear on the details of what or why this is a thing, but I noticed it and thought, why not me? The fair itself is by all rights a carnival. What they are celebrating, I have no clue, but I love fair food, so I took a peek around for the nearest gyro stand. What I found was a quest for fishing. Nothing crazy, but it's a fishing quest, and I be fisherman, so I agreed. And I'm not sure how rare it is to catch a sea pony in these here waters, but I did, and I love him. This in itself was reason enough for me to come to the fair. There are other events and things to do around the fair, and there are also fishing spots that dot the waters surrounding the island. And although they are very lucrative, I was in competition with players who have flying mounts, so I took my wins where I could find them and called it good. It was also a new day, and that meant the fishing daily was back, so I wasted no time getting after it. And I hit level 25 for my efforts. Then I decided to do some quasi-AFK leatherworking back at the farm. It's not the best method or even a good method, but I was writing while doing this, so it was better than nothing. And I managed to get my leatherworking to 125 and snagged up some new recipes. My food supplies were starting to dwindle, and I wanted to have a nice stock for the next time I set out for some adventure. So I took the bird to Stranglethorn Vale for a little fishing trip. From there, it was time to hit the market and sell some fish. Then I finished off my day by just enjoying some easy fishing up and down the coast of Westwall, gathering fish in watertight containers. Oh, I have achieved a squat today. It's been a lazy day of casting a line in the water and enjoying some Warcraft. Yeah, it's not a bad day. Not a bad day at all. Back in Stormwind, my oily black mouse had sold, offering me a sizable 48 gold, bringing my coin purse to 65 gold pieces. And that sounds like an absurd amount of money for some fish. But what do I know? Eager to make some more of that money, I put my most recent catch on the market as well. With my newfound wealth, I went to Arnold and purchased Illustrious Grandmaster Fisherman for 21 gold. What is going on with the prices? But this allowed me to max my fishing skill to 525. Finally, I was ready to get a weapon, an actual weapon, and it just so happens that there are some quests in Darkshore that reward a scaling knife. It was time for a trip to Kalimdor. The quest I wanted was offered by Felros, who is located near the halfway mark in Darkshore in the Grove of Ancients. I didn't do any Googling and I don't use add-ons, so I was unaware that there were prerequisite quests to get this quest started, and because I'm dumb, decided that I'd figure it out for myself. So here's what I did. I started with a quest to murder some consumed bears armed with a skinning knife. What they are consumed by? I have no idea. Then I played Feline Ninja Recon because clearly I was the most qualified. I did a little fishing, then I sang to the fish. Out in Darkshore, gonna cast out a line. Looking for a quest, so that weapon is mine. Then I walk right into the danger fish. Bow, 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 bow. I'm so stupid. After my encounter with the danger fish, I decided to just do any available quest and hope that I would unlock the quest line I was looking for. Here's what I did. I started by murdering a bunch of murlocs because murlocs suck. I participated in some community service on the beach. I made some friends with a gaggle of dwarves and did all the garbage that they wanted done, and then met a furbog to gather seeds for his garden. And then finally discovered the quest line to murder aquatic nope ropes. The quest itself is not very deep nor very involved. It's just your average murder 8 snake nerds for a reward. The scaling knife is also nothing spectacular. 12 to 24 damage, plus 1 agility, plus 2 stamina, and plus 1 critical strike. But with it in my hands, I could now use combat abilities. Also, turning in the quest earned me level 26. Oh my god, 26 levels without using a weapon. 26 levels with a fishing pole and a skinning knife. Oh, it feels good to have a weapon. Alright, let's do some fishing. Upon returning to Stormwind, I had received a mail from a guildmate Eternian. He had crafted and sent me a Lure Master's 36-slot tackle box. This was a fantastic and very generous gift. Thank you, Eternian. I felt like I needed to earn this fabulous gift, and I knew that sending cash money to a guildmate would just be refunded back my way. So I figured the best way to show my appreciation was to fill this 36-slot fishing tackle to the brim. $766 fish in total in a full tackle box. Thank you again, Eternian. Now, I was ready to get some levels by this point, and I decided that the wetlands was the place to be. I began my conquest of the wetlands by completing a quest to get a lantern to hold in my offhand during the nighttime. Like most of my things, it's not very special as far as stats are concerned, but I don't care about those things. I have a lantern to chase away those dark nights. I also did some more leather gathering and made myself some new gloves, but by the time this was finished, I was starting to get sleepy and logged out for the evening. The next day, I went through the motions of mailboxing and selling my fish on the market, then went to the wetlands for a good old-fashioned grind session on some crocs and raptors. During this time, I dinged to level 27, and I absolutely love the upward mobility of Warcraft. It is a game where you drive upward to achieve new heights and goals, and there isn't much more I enjoy in a game than a good old-fashioned grind session on some critters. There's something to be said about the therapeutic sensation of murdering monsters that is just food for the soul. During all this, I also tried to remain vigilant in my daily fishing quests in Stormwind and keep my fish selling on the market to keep that sweet gold lining my pocket. I felt like I had worked out the wetlands to the best of my ability, and on the random, I took the bird to Arathi and settled in to Refugee Point. This is a PvP hub for the Arathi Basin wargame, but there are also quests. A lot of them, actually. Commander Amaran would like for me to find some nerd named Quay. Where he is, I have no idea. Captain Niles requested that I kill 10 Syndicate members. There was also a wanted poster to kill Marez Cal along with some nerds named Otto and Falcon Crest. And Skirto can't be bothered to do fuck all and has a menagerie of busy work at his disposal for the wayward fisherman. And I ignored all of that because there was fishing to be done. So I found a little fishing hole, and I had some lunch. Then I fished with some trolls. You know, there's like an unspoken bond amongst us fishermen. Be it a troll, be it a human, it is the fishing that binds us. Then I decided to just sit and watch the sunset over Arathi. And for me, this is what the journey is all about. A journey. I know that I always talk a bunch of shit at the end of my videos about like enjoying the quiet moments to grasp the immaterial and make it material. And just sitting here and watching the skies of Azeroth in the Arathi Basin. Oh, sometimes you gotta just drink it in, man. Breathe in the call to adventure and enjoy the now. Oh, Warcraft. I know you got some scars, but there's still some good to be found. Still some good to be found. Alright, back after it. From there, I went back to town and was a little unsure of what to do with myself after taking my fish to market and banking, so I decided that I would solo the Dead Mines. The Dead Mines is a lower level dungeon, and by this time I was level 31, so not much of a challenge in the way of combat, but I was hoping to get my hands on the harpoon that has a chance to drop there. But I was unlucky. I'm not going to put a lot into this part, but I did it and felt like why not put it in the story. It took me longer than it probably would have taken a regular group of level 15 heroes, but that's okay. It was still fun. But I ended up leaving empty-handed, and by the time I was done, I decided to call it a day and went to bed. The following morning, I wanted to start collecting some of the fishing rods. Mind you, I don't need them all, but it's fun to have them, so I set out for Lord Danell along the Dark Shore, with the goal of starting Stat's Fishing Pole Quest. This is a reward for doing a quest for a Worgen, but first there are some prequel quests. The first is called Threats from the Water, which is acquired from the ranger Glinda Nalshay, who wanted me to kill 8 vile spray water elementals. They just so happened to be level 9, so this went pretty quick. Afterwards, I spoke with Dentaria Silverglade, who wanted me to rescue some refugee survivors from the nearby beach. This was also pretty easy. With both of those out of the way, I was able to accept Stat's quest and catch 4 Darkshore groupers, which I had already collected when I first arrived in the area, and was rewarded with Stat's fishing pole. The fishing pole is not better than the strong fishing pole and only adds +3 to your fishing skill, where the strong pole adds +5, but it's a pole that can be quested for, and I like that. Afterwards, I decided to head back to the Southern Barrens with the plan of questing my way through the zone. I'll be brief on how it went in my own words. Upon arriving, I met Jeffrey, and Jeff here hates raptors. He had me kill 8 of them. Then deliver them to Tegan's expedition camp. Gucho was grateful for the hides and then asked me to murder 6 hyenas in his honor. Tegan noticed that I was passing out free labor and asked me to rescue Ambassador Gaines from the clutches of the local quillboar and kill a bunch of them and collect a magical walking stick. I sent 6 hyenas to the crossroads, and Gucho was so tickled that he gave me a promise ring. I collected the magic walking stick from a piglet and murdered 8 of his closest buddies. Quillboar, bad people, it's okay. From there, I saved Private Ryan from the crappiest trap in the jungle. Tegan was so overjoyed that he didn't have to do any work and asked if I would assassinate Three Tooth, the quillboar leader, and murder 2 of his children. I like experience, so I agreed. Standing not too far off was Hannah, and she saw that I was getting things done and asked me to pick some flowers for her bouquet, because that's something I should be concerned about during a quillboar invasion. But again, I said yes. With all the quests accepted, I headed out to go find Three Tooth, and he was no match for my ability to click on things, and his kids died like they had lived. Like shit. While hunting for unusual flowers for Hannah, I discovered Rocky and Bullwinkle. I'll let you decide who is who. And I robbed their house for a magic bow. It's okay, I'm the protagonist. And these 2 ding-dongs wanted me to do a whole menagerie of stuff, like kill the local wildlife, collect poison sumac, and pick up snakes while I was out and about. I love XP, so again, yes is the answer. So I started off by collecting the 5 snakes, then I murdered more of the raptors, sent Big Bird to Jesus, and I hit level 32 while dueling some grass. Oh, and I collected 4 seeds for the Druid Garden party. Rocky and Bullwinkle were stoked with my ability to collect weird stuff, and asked if I would participate in some more Druid hoodoo because they were too busy playing touch butt in their yurt. I celebrated our newfound friendship by blowing up a raptor. Then I went fishing in a magical creek. And while there, I sent Swamp Thing back to the 80s. The druids were so pleased with my ability to touch grass that we closed a portal to Narnia and sent a shadowy beholder back to 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Somewhere along the way I ditched Hannah's quest to collect flowers, mostly because I feel like elves need jobs too. And I left for the forward camp.
Well met.
And these nerds were armed to the teeth with busy work for the wayward fisherman. Okay, round 2. Here we go. To start with, I murdered Simba. Then I played King of the Hill. Then I pretended that the Alliance was good at PvP. After that, I brought home the bacon, gathered 4 mutant rhino steaks, arrested the homeless. Well, most of them. Did community service by picking up trash, and the locals were so impressed with my ability to manipulate 3 buttons that they gave me a formal invitation to Fort Triumph. What'd they call this place? Fort Triumph? More like Fort Depression.
What can I do for you?
By this point, I was just accepting quests wholesale. We're not going to count Hannah. Fuck her. So, why stop now? I murdered bugs. I gathered more trash. Pretended I was stronger than an orc warrior. I gathered explosives for a moron. Gathered an electro testicle. And fled a crime scene. Arrived at Twin Braids Patrol and met some dwarves. They wanted me to kill dumb rhinos, and I agreed. Am I killing special rhinos? Is that what's happening? I mean, look at them. Just look at them. Then I returned to hurl the dwarf, and I told him what I saw. All right, I'll stop. From there, I rode off to meet the tribe at Firestone Point.
Singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a body that's a no.
Just pop the Kenny about a million options. So just talking to stop doing agreement. I rock arenas, bringing the peace. I'm bumping that park in the car, pretending I got all the eyes on me. Got a bad baby and she's independent. Too many people older than me that's seeking attention. When they want me about the goofies, man, I should've listened. And the smell of the money, my strangest addiction.
She tit for dick, I let her lit, I had to dip. I'm on for 5th, I'm all rich now. I bought a whip, I paint it drive itself. The fuck you think? Yeah, I'm rich now. Hey, little mama, yeah, you heard about me. I'ma pop you like a pea, yeah, at a mommy. Yeah, feel so hot like I'm chilling on the beach. Yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Whoa, singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a thotty that's a no.
I've been in this club and taking shots. If you got your mask off in the photo, you getting crap. Hopping out the function. The CVS is like a block away. But I'm moisturizing my ice cold is dry on my face. Don't need that VVS, my ice is fake. Your life is fake. I choose to do it for my pocket's sake. You're basing your opinions on what the major says. I renovate the bad energy I erase.
Yeah, I don't really ever wanna top. Only really ever wanna top. Guess I'm going back to the side. At least this money never really stop. Hey, little mama, yeah, you heard about me. I'ma pop you like a pea, yeah, at a mommy. Yeah, feel so hot like I'm chilling on the beach. Yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Whoa, singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a thotty that's an oath.
Hey guys, I want to apologize for the time between videos. I have tried my best to keep after it, but we need to shimmy on up those branches of the good old Tree of Trust. When I first started this series, it was in the Cataclysm expansion, and although it's not perfection, I was very much enjoying the playstyle of Angler and the challenge that this series provided. As the game moved into Mists of Pandaria, the gameplay became much easier in my opinion, and as soon as I got my hands on a weapon, the struggles of the Fisherman just seemed to vanish, and with it, much of my enjoyment. Now, Angler is much further in character progression than what has all been shown, because I was trying to remain vigilant in my pursuit of this challenge, and you're going to be seeing some of that stuff as we chat here for just a little bit longer. I want to apologize again that this is not the outcome I had wanted, nor that you guys were expecting from this series, and for that I'm sorry. But I would be cheating you guys who have come to enjoy my style of content and my videos, as well as myself, if I lied about enjoying the challenge. And I'm a true believer in that gaming is for fun, and if you are not having fun, it's time to move on. And in the spirit of trust, I have to come clean and admit that recording for this series after episode 3 has felt like a big fat fucking chore, and the further I go, the less this feels like an innovating challenge and more like I'm just playing the game on easy and waiting for the fish to bite. And I know that this is a controversial statement, and the game may become harder, faster, stronger in the later levels, but as a human warrior in leather and cloth armor, wielding a spear or a dagger and being able to kill enemies 5+ levels higher than myself, I have my doubts, and also zero interest in seeing if that statement is true or not. Now, I'm not saying that I'm done with World of Warcraft, but I am absolutely done with Mists of Pandaria. It's just not for me. So it is time for me to move on to other glorious stuff. What that is, I'm not sure yet, but I will endeavor to try my best to be sure that I am sure before issuing a challenge that I can't finish. And if you're still with me in defeat, I look forward to celebrating with you in victory. Have you ever started something that, you began and it was fun, and then you had to throw in the towel because that just stopped? This is where I'm at. And I'm sorry for the loss, but I know that you guys will appreciate the honesty. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. If you managed to fat finger the subscribe button, you are a legend. And if you are one of my channel members, words cannot describe my appreciation for your generosity. Until next time, friends, goodbye.